out there, internet world? It's your bearded brothers back yet again with yet another sports podcast. I am the bearded brother Matt.
That's Loki.
That's the bearded brother Chris with Loki.
That's Loki.
There's Loki. And behind him is Chris. And we are here to talk to you about some sports stuff and to talk about stuff in general, I guess, at this point. And it's our awards show.
Yes, I am scratching my bird with my nose. Get over it.
Get over it. That's what happens.
This is what he wanted.
That's what happens when you have a big nose.
I mean, my nose isn't actually that big. This is just what he wants. Hey, what? What was that about? I think he almost fell over. What?
Well, I suppose we could start at the beginning. I think there is some NFL news we kind of have to talk about. At least one piece of news, because it does not look great for the person involved.
I mean, we still gotta wait on details, but yes, it's bad. It's not a great look.
It's not a great look. So there's actually a couple of NFL stories we could start with.
True.
JPJ. Currently is in jail. He is alleged, I want to be perfectly clear, alleged to have used his Ferrari SUV.
Yes, they make those.
Apparently, to ram the car of a WNBA player in Florida. And then get out and yell at her and a bunch of other potential things there after she turned him down and did not want to apparently be involved with him.
Yes, supposedly.
That is the supposed thing right there. JPJ's camp is saying that this is all bubkiss and there's a perfectly rational explanation for everything. Also, apparently, after he sped off, he clipped one of the cops.
Yeah, that's gonna be the hard one to. If that is actually true and they got body cam of that, that's the hard one actually, to be honest, to get away from.
That one is
the crashing's already bad, but that's real bad.
Yeah. So that's the look at it right now, and it no bueno. That does not look good. The Falcons have circled the wagons. They're being very mum about anything. I think they're waiting for more details to come out before they do anything hasty.
Yeah. I mean, it seems a bit irrational to go from 0 to 100 in that fashion. So there's, in my opinion, so I know that there's also a lot of speculation of like, were they having some type of tryst already and then something happened and then the hysterical, like a lot of people are wondering if there was like already kind of a behind closed doors relationship kind of already brewing at some point, and then
she decided she didn't want to continue.
She didn't want to do it anymore. Yeah, and he was like, "Well, I want to make it public," and she's like, "No." And then hard to know all the details. He might have been just also pissed drunk. We don't know that either.
Whatever the case may be, it does not look good for him right now. Oh wait,
no. We're gonna wait and see. We're gonna see most of the details. I mean, at bare minimum, I would say it's hard not to say that he definitely crashed, and then he definitely fled the scene, which you're also not supposed to do. So, at bare minimum, he has done something not good, but it could be far worse. So we'll see.
Yes,
that's the best way to put it.
I just realized I didn't full screen this, so I just did that now.
It'll look weird in editing. It's fine.
It'll look weird when you guys first watch this. My apologies. I'm barely here at the moment.
So, yeah, best case, it's just an accident that you fled from, which is not good.
No,
To
not
worst
good.
case of harassment, potentially crashing and then leaving the scene of the crime, and then also, what would that be considered? Assault on a peace officer, but it wouldn't be like assault. It would
It
be
would
like
still be assault, but it would
unintentional,
be
but it'd be like
like third
unintentional,
degree instead of like first
yeah, or
degree.
whatever they call it. Yeah, yeah,
And
which
technically,
is
they could make it
really bad
assault with a deadly weapon
with a
because
deadly
the
weapon,
car.
because
Yeah,
the car is a deadly weapon. Yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna have to see how
So,
all of that goes, but I don't think it's gonna be good.
yeah.
Other pieces of news: Trinidad Chambliss, the Ole Miss quarterback,
What a name. What a name, by the way.
awesome name. He will not be getting drafted this year because he has been granted via a federal court, overruling the NCAA. He has been granted a 6th year of eligibility, so he will be returning to Ole Miss.
I'm not gonna lie, that's very weird to happen, though.
It is. I didn't expect it to happen. It was a Hail Mary shot, but they connected.
How did they make that ruling that he was allowed to go back for another year?
I don't know.
And that's like, because I mean, like when it's injuries or something, you can see that happen, kind of like with
Yeah,
Tyler
well,
Shuck.
that's what he was claiming is that
Was he trying to claim that he had enough of an
he had
injury?
enough of an injury and missed enough time, but the NCAA disagreed,
Hmm.
and so they took
All
it to
right.
court, and now the court has issued an injunction and said that he can return.
All right. Because I know in Tyler Shuck's case, he missed like 2 years due to an injury, like
Yeah,
straight up.
yeah.
So, I mean, all right. I didn't think his injuries were that bad in comparison, but apparently the courts should. Okay.
Okay, but so
We'll
he's going back to Ole Miss.
Is the NCAA trying to appeal that, or are they just letting it
I
go?
don't know. I would
Okay.
assume they're going to try to appeal it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he may
We'll
end up
see.
in the draft. We don't know.
He might. I don't know. It's gonna have to happen pretty quick, and the courts don't move that fast. So he just might not be drafted
Well, he might not be drafted this year. He might have to go into next year's
if
draft.
they let him. But yeah,
No, they
yeah.
would. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Well, if you're not playing that year, I'm just saying that it wouldn't look good. You might still end up being undrafted because
Yeah.
if you don't play then, and then no one sees you, and then you have to get invited to the pro scout combines and just hope that you do well there. Like it's just that would be a shit show. Is all I'm saying.
Hey, he could also, if he wanted to, he could play in what's that the UFL or the AFL
Oh,
or
the
whatever.
UFL. Yeah. Can you then designate to go be drafted after that though?
I
I
believe
most
so.
of those players just get straight up picked up
Yeah, most of those
from
just get signed. I don't think he'll be drafted, but if he shows out there, he could get still signed by someone because there's
yeah,
plenty of quarterback needy teams that would give him a look. I would imagine
potentially. Yeah, potentially.
because this
That's
isn't a
fair.
great draft for quarterbacks. There's one guy, and they
There's one for sure, and then a second that doesn't look bad, and then everything after that is
yeah,
they're there.
it's Mendoza and Ty Simpson, and then
And then a lot of question
a
marks.
lot of question marks, a lot of
That doesn't mean
question marks.
that doesn't mean they won't be good. It's just a lot of question marks.
Yeah, like is Cade Klubnik good or not?
Good question.
Is Garrett Newsmeyer good or not?
Good question.
Is Drew Allar ever going to be good?
Probably not at this point.
Is Miller Moss good? Is Carson Beck
He's got moments.
is Carson Beck good?
He's got moments. Like
Exactly. There's a bunch of like maybe in the right system.
yeah. With the right sitting behind people in the right system, maybe, but most of those guys you would not be like, yeah, we're starting those guys.
No, there's one guy that I think one or maybe two guys you start or could start. Definitely
Yeah.
one guy. Like
Definitely
Mendoza,
one guy, maybe
Mendoza,
two, but that's pretty much
maybe
it.
Simpson, but even then I think that's a stretch.
It is, but I mean, hey, the Colts started Anthony Richardson when we all said that was a terrible idea, so
And guess
they
what?
could still do it.
That has been proven.
I know. I'm just saying that won't stop them from doing it, though.
Yeah.
Hey, the
So
Dolphins really need a quarterback. They might just pull it. They might pull the trigger, dude.
they might. They might. It's like I told somebody, what's his name on TikTok? Boss 7733. I think is his name.
Couldn't tell you.
But he was saying that like he doesn't think the Dolphins can move off Tua, and I was like, never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups. And in this case, I'm talking about that collective failure of incompetence in New Jersey called the New York Jets.
Well, there's that. I mean, his contract is hefty, but like,
They could
listen,
absorb it
they
easily.
do it if they really want to. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
know. I know they could afford it. I just don't know if they want to, but they could.
they're stupid enough and crazy enough to do.
Yeah, I think the Vikings are dumb enough to try to pick him up as a backup option, but you never know.
That's way too big a contract for us to want to absorb.
You would think so, but I've been hearing rumors about Kyler Murray, and that's just as big. So
Neither one of those is a guy I
like
want
I've
to
been
start.
hearing Kirk Cousins coming back, and that scares the shit out of me too.
Now, hold on. If Kirko were to come back as a designated backup and with a tiny fuck ass contract,
Yeah, that's the big problem I'm worried about, though. He keeps asking for those big ass contracts.
nope, not this time. Nope, nope.
I just don't know how much I trust it, but yeah, maybe if we're lucky, I just don't know.
All right.
I'd
And
rather us
then,
go with Mac Jones and try to compete with JJ.
well,
I think
the
that's a
the
better
Niners have
option.
already said they want to keep Mac.
I know, but he's a free agent. He can go where he wants.
Yes, but they're going to do everything they can to keep him, I believe.
I think we saw what happened though with Sam Darnold and with Danny Dimes. I think they might be willing to shell out that money that they didn't shell out last time. Is all I'm saying. We'll see. Mac Jones, let's be honest, has probably a higher chance of starting at the Vikings than he does with the 49ers.
Yeah, it's going to be on him as to what he wants to do. All right.
Yeah.
A couple other big ones. A court ruled that the Flores lawsuit against the NFL can move forward.
Shocking. Took forever though,
Of course, like we said, courts take forever to do anything. If the
especially when it
NFL,
comes to suing.
if the NCAA wants to appeal the lower court's ruling about Trinidad Chambliss, just know you might not hear that case for 3 years, 4 years.
Well, at that point, it'll be too far done. They had have to
Exactly.
appeal it within the next couple of months, I think,
Well,
actually,
they have to.
because they'd have to do it before the start of the season.
Yeah, I don't know if they could get it expedited or not. I'm sure they'd try.
They probably can, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah. Uh, the NFL has won its grievance against the NFLPA and their report cards. They have said they are no longer allowed to make those public.
Fucking dumb. I'm just saying, fucking dumb.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a massive L for the NFL. Just saying.
That's a massive L. The fans are going to backlash you very hard for this.
Yeah, yeah. And the fact that they even got the ruling, I think the PA should absolutely appeal that. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see here. And President Trump has pardoned a bunch of NFL players who were caught up in drug offenses.
I mean, okay, it is what it is.
In this case, it was Joe Klecko, Jamal Lewis, Nate Newton, Travis Henry, and the late Billy Cannon.
I mean, it doesn't mean anything. It really.
I'm just saying.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, those are like those types of pardons to be like, look what I did. It's like, yeah, okay,
Yep.
whatever.
And
It doesn't change anything or do anything really. It's just
Diggs.
yeah.
Stephon Diggs has pled not guilty to his assault allegations.
Which I mean, we all kind of expected that.
Yep, we did.
I mean, to be fair, there's less. To be fair, there's less proof of that one than there is on JPJ. So we gotta hold the tongue for a little bit on that one.
Yeah, we do want to hold the tongue on that.
I mean, he is a bit of a drama queen, so I could see him getting pissed off and punching somebody. But I mean,
absolutely,
we'll
we can all see it because drama queen.
He is a bit of a drama queen.
But yeah, all right. Super Bowl talk. Boy, was this one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty sure it was gonna be Seahawks, and then literally halftime came around, and I was just like, "Yep, this is a boring game." And then after that, they started doing things, and I was like, "This is fun, but it's still one-sided." The Patriots
It was
tried it. By
like
the time they tried, it was far too late.
It was like 9-0 at halftime because it was all field
I thought it was
goals.
12. Was it 12?
Might have
Or
been
was it 9 or 12?
9 or 12 at halftime. Let me look here real
I
quick.
know it was 12 before they got a touchdown. I couldn't remember if
Yeah,
it was 9 or 12 at half.
12. It was
It
12 at
was
the
12
half.
at half. Okay.
No, 9 at the half.
It was 9. Okay. Then
They
they
kicked a field goal because they kicked a field goal in the third quarter and then they scored 17 in the fourth.
Yeah.
They absolutely sacked the holy bejesus out of Drake May.
Yeah, they almost got the record at 7, but apparently that one didn't count as a sack, and so they only sacked him 6 times.
Yep, apparently they only got him 6.
I think that's dumb. They should have given him the 7, but whatever.
Kenneth Walker II had a hell of a game.
Is it the second?
Third,
pardon me,
KW3.
I was gonna say I thought it was the third. Okay.
It is the third. 27 carries, 135 yards, and he had a touchdown run that would have put him up over like 170 yards and given him the record. Called back on a hold.
Goddamn flag. Which, to be fair, when I saw it back, I was like, no, that is definitely a flag. All right,
that was definitely a hold. That was definitely a hold.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I will say that, unfortunately for the Patriots rookie offensive lineman, Will Campbell, he got flat bullied in this game.
He played really well most of the season, but this was not...
This was not his game.
Now, granted, I'll give him credit. I mean, he went up against really hard defenses and played really well, and then he finally faced the best defense in the league and got found out.
Yep. It took guys like Leonard Williams to find him out.
Yeah.
But a guy
to be fair, it took the best of the best to really take him out.
And
that's pretty damn
what's
good,
his name that used to play for the Cowboys? DeMarcus Lawrence. It literally took
Yeah.
Leonard
I thought
Williams.
he was. Are you sure? Wasn't he Giants?
No, he went to the Seahawks.
No, I'm thinking of Dexter Lawrence. Never mind.
Yeah. DeMarcus Lawrence went to the Seahawks and now won a Super Bowl. He even said on the way out of Dallas, he said, Dallas Cowboy in my heart forever, but I'm not going to win a Super Bowl here.
No.
I was like, damn, shade.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he wasn't wrong.
No, he wasn't.
But the way they've been playing,
So Sam Darnold becomes the first ever USC quarterback to start a Super Bowl.
Broke all the Jets' hearts.
Broke all the Jets' hearts. Why couldn't he be that when he was here with us? Because your organization is trash.
Well, not only is your organization trash, you also give up on young quarterbacks like fucking nothing. How many quarterbacks can you remember that they've just straight up given up on way too early, only to find that that exact quarterback has success elsewhere?
At least 2. Well, 1 right now that I can think
One
of.
right now, one a little older. Gino, dude.
Oh, right. Yep. Nope. Absolutely. I forgot about it.
I the same organization.
He was a Jet.
Yeah,
Jesus
he was
Christ.
drafted by the Jets, yeah.
I forgot that even happened.
Yep, drafted by the Jets, went to the Seahawks, found success. Shocker. It's almost like the Seahawks keep going, Jets, please give us all your players. Well, we know how to use them properly.
I mean, they ruined the franchise.
Dude, to be fair, that was probably their last good quarterback they actually had, too.
The problem was he was good as a game manager when he had a good running game behind him and you didn't need him to throw to win the game.
His arm wasn't even that bad, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying his arm was bad. I'm just saying his decision-making process wasn't perhaps.
He did like to throw a lot of picks, yes.
Yeah. And he also liked to run. He liked to hand off with the wrong hand, and he liked to run directly into the buttocks of his offensive lineman.
That happened once, and everyone's going to make fun of him forever.
Ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. He
Poor
will
dude
never
will
live
never
that
let
down,
that down.
Dude. Ever.
The butt fumble.
The butt fumble.
Never going to live that down.
Never.
Poor guy.
Bajillion.
At least he lives up to it. I mean, he's still on the air and gets made fun of all the time for it. He's just like, it is what it is.
Well, and you know what? There is a guy he can make fun of on the other side of it who's on the air now because that dude ran out the back of an end zone.
That's true. Though people have mostly forgotten about that. He's
I
gotten
haven't.
away with that. I know he somehow has gotten away with that.
I will never forget that. So
It's just long enough ago for enough people to forget that happened, and that
just
was even him.
yeah. Anyway, Orlovsky.
Man, also talk about somebody who has some takes of the world. That's for sure.
Oh Jesus.
He has some takes. There are a lot of takes that I'm like, you're right, and then there's a lot of other takes that he does where I go, Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Did someone piss in your Cheerios? What's going on here?
Yeah. I feel the same way about like Stephen A. Smith.
Oh my god. I will say he more often than not for me says some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And then the things he says correct are the most lukewarm takes ever. And I'm just like, bruh.
Bruh.
You ain't it no more. You saying stupid shit now. Ugh, man.
Right.
His whole take on Shedeur Sanders and how he drifted was just like the dumbest thing ever. Racism! Dude, Cam Ward was number one. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up, dude.
It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with attitude.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, Steven, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
No.
Dumb.
I think my favorite segments with him, though, are when he goes up against Skip Bayless. Because just those two just make me laugh for some reason.
They do make me laugh, mostly because both of them come across as very stupid at times.
Yes, exactly. That's the point.
And so the arguments that they'll come up with are just the dumbest things. You're like, dude, this is a dumb argument, but at least you're making it entertaining.
At least you're entertaining.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yes, so the Seattle Seahawks did win a Super Bowl 29-13. I will say also, Drake May missed a lot of open receivers.
You know, I was gonna say for somebody who in the league at the time had very good accuracy for deep balls, he missed a lot of deep balls in this game. Actually,
and I'm wondering, even though they gave him injections for the pain for his shoulder, if that shoulder injury didn't throw him off.
It could have been that. To be fair, also second year in the league could be just nerves. Pressure. Also, the fact that his O-line, after those first couple of sacks, I think he realized, oh shit, my O-line isn't holding up anymore, and so I think he was also rushed to throw a lot, to be honest.
I feel like it's.
And I think that
did.
Yeah. I think that did affect some of those deep balls for sure.
100%, and the fact they couldn't get a running game going against that Seattle defense.
And the other problem that I did see, to be fair, they had a lot of short to medium passes where it wasn't his fault. He straight up hit his receivers in the hands, and they just didn't catch him. And it's just like all the things that could go wrong went wrong on offense for New England.
I will say, however, there was a coming out party for one particular Patriot.
Dude, Stephon Gilmore, Jesus Christ.
Stephon Gilmore? No, you're thinking Christian Gonzalez.
No, I know, but Stephon Gilmore was there. Was he? Is he not still a Patriot? I thought he was still a Patriot. I thought on the other side.
I don't think so.
Am I going crazy?
You might be.
I probably am. Hold on. I could have sworn he was still over there.
He might be. I would have sworn he was retired.
He might have retired, to be honest, and I might be just completely
the last set of stats I have for him were in 2024 when he played Minnesota.
Jesus Christ. Man, my memory is really bad when it comes to Patriots players, clearly. Jesus.
But yeah, Christian Gonzalez.
It was mostly Christian Gonzalez.
All over that field.
He had some really good
lots of great defensive pass defenses. Made himself a star on that night. Like, literally separated himself from the rank and file.
Was this his second year?
I believe so, because I think he got injured partway through last year. It might have been his third.
That's what I'm trying to remember if this was his first or second year. Or not his first. I know for sure it's
second
not his
or
third.
It's his third year because he
was drafted in 2023.
Drafted by Belichick.
Yep, 2023.
Yep.
So technically technically wouldn't that make it his second? No, third. Sorry, he played 2023, but not he didn't. He only played 4 games. So
Yeah, he got
his first
injured.
full, yeah, his
His
first
first
full
full
season
season
was
was under Terod
2024.
Mayo, and then now with his new coach, obviously.
Which,
He's
by the
trying
way,
to.
his 2024 stats are still good. He still
Yes,
played well last
I'm
year
just saying this game definitely launched his stock into the stratosphere.
because he still had 11 passes deflected and 2 interceptions. This year he had 10, although he had 7 passes deflected in the postseason this year and 1 interception. So
Yeah,
still played very well.
he played very, very well in the Super Bowl, and I think he really
Yeah.
launched his stock skyward. If you were to
So
ask
I think
me.
he was already like, high up. Based upon how he played last year, but this was just another like obvious like this dude's a stud.
This dude's a stud, yeah. Certifiable now. All right, I don't have much else for that. Um, so let's do the awards, shall we?
Okay.
Do we have anything else?
No, I was trying to think if there was anything else, and I don't think there is.
No, I don't think so either. So we're going to go through our awards. Now, our awards are a little bit different because we still have the standard ones, but we also threw some other stuff in for those of you that haven't watched our awards show before. We'll explain it as it comes along. So let's start with our most valuable player, MVP.
I'll let you go first because
You want me
mine's
to
a
go
weird
first?
one. Yeah,
Mine's
mine's a
not.
weird one. I'll let you go
Mine's
first.
not. I totally agree with the league. It's Matt Stafford. 100%.
And I totally get it. I want to make it very clear. I totally get picking Matthew Stafford because he played really well. He had a great year. It's hard not to do that, but I wanted to do something a little different.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to pick a player that I thought honestly was I think even going into this year was still very underrated despite having a great previous year. So I'm actually getting the MVP to Sam Darnold. I think he had a great year. I think a lot of people still underestimated him going to the Seahawks. A lot of people said that it wasn't going to work. I think he proved them wrong, and he still played very well. He still had a great year. I don't know if his stats are very similar to what he did last year. So I mean, I think he's showing up as like a star that's he's finally flowering if you want to go that direction. He's finally showing
No,
that
exactly.
this is what you're going to get. He is a star. Now how long is he going to have that for? I don't know. Is he going to burn bright and then burn out? But it was a hell of a year. Cap it off with a Super Bowl win. Despite not being the Super Bowl MVP, he still played very well.
Yeah, KW3 was transcended in the Super Bowl.
He played very well in that. Consider the fact that a lot of people were wondering how they were going to play without Charbonnet. He stepped up big when he needed to, which was important.
All right, let's go to the other side of that coin and talk about our least valuable player.
I love my option. I'm curious to see what you picked.
You can go first because I'm curious to see what you picked. I went first last time.
All right, fine. So my least valuable player, rode the bench mostly, and by mostly I mean entirely, and his contract is still stupid expensive. Deshaun Watson is absolutely the least valuable player. There is no question. He's not only sucking up so much money, but he didn't even fucking play.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I got another one that I think is a perfectly good example of a guy who just you broke the bank to keep him around, and by mid-season didn't even have a starting job anymore.
I mean, there was 2 of those.
And in this case, he wore red and white, and his name is Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. I'm not going to lie. I thought about him because I was like, well, he played some games, so you could argue that he was actually a player. But, like, I just couldn't help myself with Deshaun Watson. It's just like, dude, it's just that
didn't even
just
play.
the amount of money he's sucking up alone makes him least valuable.
Yeah. I looked at that and I went, ugh.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, too.
All right. Let's do our offensive and defensive rookies. NFC offensive.
You want to do that? Okay.
Yeah. NFC offensive rookie of the year.
This one was really easy for me. Do you want? Oh, yeah, I mean, I went last, so it's your turn. But this
Yeah,
one was really easy
I'm
for
sure
me.
we have the same guy. Plays out in Carolina. His name is
Yeah,
Tetairoa
I mean,
McMillan.
yeah, it's Ted McMillan, no question.
No question.
Dude,
Had over 1,000 yards receiving this year.
dude was a great.
Yeah.
I still love that we called him out as being easily the top wide receiver. And Jesus Christ, were we right?
Yeah. But easily the best wide receiver in that came out of that class.
Yep.
Now, the NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I'm curious to see if. Well, I obviously you went first, so I'll go first on mine.
Yep.
But I did pick someone that I thought had a fantastic year. I mean, if I say anything else, I'll get it away too much. So I'm just gonna say that I gave it to Nick Manawari. Won a Super Bowl, played fucking fantastic.
I'm not gonna say that
Dude was a
that's wrong.
stud.
I gave it to a guy who this might be his only year in football, depending on how everything shakes out.
I purposely didn't. By the way, I purposely didn't pick him because I was like, nah, you don't deserve one for that shit. Fuck you, man.
I
can't
totally
give you
get
one.
it, but again, I'm waiting to see how everything shakes out, so I gave it to JPJ. Just
Yeah,
because
I
you get 10 and a half
purposely didn't do
sacks,
it.
that's like, okay.
Yeah. I purposely didn't pick him because I was just like, nope, I can't. Knowing what might be coming, I can't do it.
AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I struggled a little bit to figure out exactly who I wanted to pick here, but I did pick the bland, stale milk toast option that everyone probably expects. I went with Ashton Genty. He had a great last half of this year.
I also went with Ashton Genty.
Yeah,
almost
he just had a great last half,
and almost 1,000 yards rushing on that team.
And then on top of, and then he had like another
350, 320 yards receiving, something like that.
Yeah, multiple. Like he had like what was it, 10
really
touchdowns on the ground and then another 3 in the air. Like,
yeah, it was.
Dude played well
between him and Travion Henderson, but he just edges Henderson a little bit.
Yep. Also, I actually could have. I did look at possibly putting in not Loveland, Warren, because he played pretty well, or Harold Fannin as well.
Yeah.
But I just while they played well, it wasn't quite up to that same standard. So
alrighty. So AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year, I get to go first. This one to me is obvious. It's the guy they chose for Defensive Rookie of the Year in the NFL, Carson Schlesinger. That dude. Yeah. Over 100 tackles, just all over the field. Absolute monster.
No, that's exactly what I picked too. And dude played out of his mind.
Out of his mind. Absolutely. For a second-round pick, absolutely fantastic.
Played a lot better than I expected.
Played a lot better than I think he expected. Let's see here. Do we have it on here? Because it should be if it's not.
I mean, we got several we still haven't gone through here.
Oh, yeah. I was just wondering if we had a Defensive Player of the Year. If we don't, I don't think we do.
It wasn't on your list.
Yep, it's not on my list. We all know who it would be, though.
Miles Garrett, yeah.
Yeah, you break the sack record. There you go. Let's talk Most Improved Player. Most Improved Player or Team?
I don't have Most Improved.
Yeah, it should be LVP, Most Improved, Comeback.
I had... Hold on. I'm going to double check the list that I had to make sure I'm not crazy and missed it. Oh, did I miss? I must have missed Most Improved. Oopsies.
Whoopsie.
Well, I'm going to be very milquetoast then, and I'm going to pick Bryce Young, because I think he actually did improve quite a bit based upon even last year.
So. I'm going to pick Caleb Williams.
So I saw him on there, and I thought about that for a second for a different award. The reason why I didn't is because I looked at his stats, and they are almost identical outside of the fact he took way less sacks.
That's part of it, but it's also, for me, it's how he seemed to control himself at the end of games.
Again, that's part of the taking less sacks thing.
Yes.
Like, I know it was a better offensive line, but he also played smarter. But if you look at his stats, they don't really reflect that very well.
So then let's look at the Peyton Hillis Award, which we give out for the player who has had that one awesome shining season that you thought the light bulb came on and then has done nothing since and regressed. So I get to go first this time. Um,
Yeah.
so I chose for mine a
Most
guy
regressed player, yeah.
who several seasons ago had a 1,000-yard season and led a moribund team as their offensive juggernaut. And this year he had 12 carries for 37 yards on a different team.
Fair.
His name, Damian Pierce. You might remember a couple of years back, he was a 1,000-yard rusher for Houston.
Yeah. He has not done much since.
No, he's on Kansas City now, and he had, like I said, like 12 touches for 37 yards.
Yeah. So for most regressed of the Peyton Hillis Award, I picked a quarterback that played really well for several seasons for a team, got traded, and played like hot doo-doo. I am picking Geno Smith. I'm sorry.
It's
Dude had,
perfectly
you want to talk
acceptable.
about literally had the light bulb turn on for a couple years and then immediately shut off on when he got traded? I mean, come on.
All right. How about comeback player of the year?
So I thought about this for a while because I actually had to go look up for like injuries and kind of see about that and kind of like determine how long, how many games did they play versus how much they didn't, and kind of try to determine it that way. Um, Eventually I settled on two players that I kind of had to kind of pick between because one did play a couple of games, the other one played almost half the games. So I was kind of tough to choose from, in my opinion. But both of them didn't have like any stats for that season, so I felt it easy enough to say that this is a comeback player worthy. And I actually went with Stephon Diggs. Dude had a great year. The year prior, he basically did nothing because he was injured. He played 8 games, but even on those 8 games, he didn't really do anything. So, in comparison, I think he had a really good year. To be fair, my second option was Christian McCaffrey because it was kind of like he had a really good year again. The previous year, he was injured. But that's like, it feels wrong to pick that because he does it so often where he gets injured, then comes back, plays really well, gets injured, comes back. It's like a fucking like system. Because he played all this year, I bet he's gonna get injured next year, and he won't play all next year.
I did choose CMC because he was out all of last year. He did. I
He
don't think
played technically, I
like
think,
2 or 3 games.
4 or 5 games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that. But he was basically out all year. Didn't
yeah,
hardly play. I know
yeah.
because I drafted him high. Damn it. But anyway, point being is that yeah, he went out and yeah, he's. I mean, to come back and then basically carry the Niners into the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's why I kind of thought about Diggs too. Is like Diggs only played like 8, no, 7 games, something like that. But then he was like the only deep wide receiver that they had consistently playing well in over with the Patriots. So I figured it was fair.
Alrighty, how about the Ryan Leaf Award? This isn't just for last draft. This is looking back at a couple of drafts at somebody who was taken way too high and then thrust into a position he was not ready for.
Listen, I could have gone back several drafts. I didn't even bother to do that. I went with our last draft because, quite frankly, we called it out the minute we fucking saw it. It's fucking Matthew Golden. Dude should not have been a first round pick. Period. End of story. I'm not budging from that.
I did go back a couple of drafts because Matthew Golden went for a different award, but it's basically the same award.
Okay.
In this case, it's Anthony Richardson. I gave
No,
you,
yeah, no, that's fair.
I gave you
That's
several
fair.
seasons, and you never added up.
Yeah,
The
no, that's
dovetail
fair.
on that is the "you were probably drafted too high" award, which is for the last draft. And for me, that was Matthew Golden. You were
That's totally fair. That's
definitely
totally fair.
drafted way higher than you should have been.
I put Jade Barron actually in that spot.
That was my other choice.
I just we ragged on it the minute because a lot of people had him high up in the draft. And I kept saying, dude, I just don't see it. I don't
I had
get
the
it.
same thing with
I
Matthew
don't get it.
Golden. Like there were a lot of people that were glazing him and they were glazing Barron,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't see it.
I don't see it.
I
Yeah.
didn't see it either. It didn't come off on tape.
Nope.
All right, let's move into more team-based awards a little bit.
Okay.
The most disappointing team.
This was the easiest one for me. It's the Vikings.
Yes!
They were absolutely
Yes!
the most
Yes!
disappointing team.
We
Like,
agree. Yes.
it's not even as a fan, just in general, based upon what you look at that team on paper for and what you expected, it wasn't even close.
Second most money spent in free agency. That's the result.
Yeah, that's fucking awful.
No, yes. I agree. 100%. I didn't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
Now, most surprising team.
So this one I had to think about a little bit.
Yeah.
I had to look back at my old
Yeah.
list to figure out who I had rated low and kind of went from there.
And I did that too, and I thought about it, and I did come up with a team. So the original team I would have put here fell off. So I couldn't put them here anymore. But they surprised the crap out of everybody for about half the season. So I did a different team that also surprised a lot of people this year. And that would be the Carolina Panthers, man. That was
I wasn't as low on them as other people were because I thought Bryce Young was getting better. I saw the Tet pick and I went, dude, I think this team's gonna be a dark horse better team than people think. So I didn't pick them because of that. I had them actually decently high up on my. I had them about a little less than middle of the pack on my list.
Yep.
Like I was higher up on them than even you were. I was like, no, I think that they're gonna be something decent, and they were. But I get it. It's a good pick. I didn't go with that. I thought about doing the Patriots because I had them kind of low down, but they were almost middle of the pack, and I'm like, I can't do that because they're not. To me, while they did surprise and play way better than people expected, I just don't feel comfortable with that. So instead, I picked a team that was literally at the bottom of my board, and they played way better than I thought they were, despite the fact that they still weren't great. And that's the New Orleans Saints, dude. Like I had them at the bottom of my board. I thought legitimately they were gonna not win a single fucking game.
They won like
and
four.
then I think they won 4 or 5, and Tyler Shuck looked pretty decent. They honestly, the team looks not bad. It doesn't feel like they have a lot to have to do to really get that team semi-competitive. So I would argue that is the most surprising. I thought they would just be bombing out.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Hard Luck Award. This is for the team or player that just, man, the football gods this year hated them and kicked them in the balls all season. No matter what you did, it just got worse.
Yeah, this one wasn't super hard for me. Like, I actually went with a player versus a team. For a team, you could have probably picked the 49ers, but they still managed to find a way to work. But I went with a player because I think despite looking good, he still had to just take the L's over and over again. I actually put Cam Ward. I feel bad for the dude. Like he got sacked a lot. He put up good numbers and still lost games all the time. I feel bad for the guy.
I feel bad for him too, but I did put a team here, and it's not the Niners.
Okay.
They did get.
You could have probably put the Cardinals because they actually put up a lot of points and still lost.
This is better for me. This team.
Oh, okay.
This team went into training camp, immediately lost their stud tackle. Partway through the season, immediately lost their other stud tackle.
Yeah,
then they lost their stud rookie running back. And things deteriorated from there. The Chargers, man. It didn't seem to matter what they did, just the injuries piled up. People forgot how to play football. McConkey stopped being able to catch. Everything fell apart for them this year. Everything.
I feel like you could have put the Colts in there too, because that kind of happened to them too. They started off white hot, and then everything just fell off.
Like for me, the reason it was the Chargers is because the Rashawn Slater thing before the season
everything fell apart before the season started.
He signs his extension and immediately blows his ACL, and I was like, no, that's an omen.
Yeah.
I also thought about the Ravens because they just got kicked in the balls to start the season.
They did. To be fair, they didn't play very well either, but
Yeah. Moving along, the Perseverance Award for the team or person that got shit on all season, but still managed to come out of it smelling like a rose.
This one was actually really easy to me. I picked Myles Garrett because dude had to play on the worst fucking team and still managed to come away with the most sacks. Dude just played his heart out despite the fact that his team sucked major booty hole.
I like that pick. I picked a team, though, and for me, it's a team that just Every week it seemed like they were adding someone new to the permanent injury report. They lost so many players and still ended up in the playoffs. It's the San Francisco 49ers.
I get it.
Talk about persevering through bullshit.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
All right, moving along here. Let's talk about the Light Bulb Award. This is for the team or player which the light bulb definitively came on for this year.
Yeah, this one was also not very difficult for me. After I looked at stats, I just went, "Oh yeah, no, this is pretty fucking clear night and day difference." It's for me. I picked Drake May, dude. Like night and day difference from last year to this year. It's not even close.
I can't say that you're wrong. I did go with the team though again, and for me, it's the Jaguars.
No, that's fair.
I mean, I don't know what happened, but somehow or another this year that light bulb, the one that they had at the back half of that one season, it came on and it stayed on for like all season long. So we'll have to see if it stays on next season. But right now, it looks like that light bulb came on, and they're.
I mean, change of coaching staff can do that.
Yep.
I think I think Liam Cohen seems to be a good fit. We'll see how long that stays for, but so far it seems like a great
fit. Yeah. And then finally, the Setting Sun Award for the team or player that their dynasty or time in the league is coming to a close.
Goodbye, Tua Tagovailoa. It was good while you were here.
It definitely should be. I totally get that. The guy needs to God damn. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
For me though, I went with a team, and it's a team that fired their head coach, hired internally, promoted the general manager to team president after putting together a bad roster. It's the Buffalo Bills. Your window. I know you have Josh Allen, but he's going to get really sick and tired of playing like this, and he's going to try to force his way out.
Probably at some point, yeah.
Yeah. So look, guys, the sun is coming to an end on your dynasty, if there was ever one there to begin with.
Yeah, unfortunately, it feels that way.
Yep. So those are our awards. Like I said, we wanted to do when we initially came up with the idea of season awards, we kind of wanted to do something different because we didn't want to just do the same awards everybody else does. We wanted to have some interesting stuff that was channel specific to us. So that's why we had things like the Ryan Leaf Award and the Peyton Hillis Award, and the least valuable player. Just some fun stuff, poking some fun at things. And we also wanted to let you know who we thought actually did ball out this year and play really well. I don't have anything else to talk about this week. Next week, we are going to do our 1 to 32 postseason rankings. Let you know what we think there. It'll actually be 32 to 1, but you get the idea. Who was trash, who wasn't, who's good, who's not. We'll let you know what we think. And man, I'll tell you, there are going to be some teams down at the bottom that maybe shouldn't be there, but that will reflect more in how we think of everything coming into next season when we do our.
I get it. You put the Bills down there. All right, I get it.
I was going to say the Giants, but.
I mean, I don't think I'm actually going to have. I mean, they're going to be down, but I don't think they're going to be that low. Just because I think, despite everything that went wrong with injuries and stuff, they still played fairly well.
Yeah, they're going to be at the top of the bottom, but they're still going to be near the bottom.
I mean, obviously there'll be teams that'll be very obviously towards the bottom.
The Raiders,
Jets,
Jets,
Raiders,
Titans,
Jets, yeah. Titans, unfortunately, mostly due to the circumstance, yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah. I actually think the Chiefs are probably not going to be super high up either, just because they played like dog water.
They did, and then they lost Mahomes, and then they lost Minshew, and then everything just fell apart.
Yeah, I think the Did you say Cardinals already? But the Cardinals, I think.
Okay, definitely Cardinals. The Jets.
Yeah, we said the Jeffs. The Jeffs? Yep, the Jeffs.
You know what? They should be forced to have that name until they.
The Jeffs.
God
Yeah, they were kind of low down there. I mean, as much as the Saints played better, they still scored. I mean, their record wasn't great. They'll probably still be kind of
Yeah,
lower down
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I think I had Vikings like middle of the pack.
They're gonna be
Yeah, they're gonna
down.
have to drop.
They're gonna have to
They're gonna be
drop.
down there. Yeah, they're gonna be unfortunately down there.
Yeah.
Lions had a down season. They're not gonna be
Lions had a
super high up
down
either.
season. Yeah.
Miami, oof. Dolphins
Oof,
are. I mean,
Marone.
they came on strong at the end, but I still don't think it's enough to be very high up.
No.
Um,
Cleveland.
yeah. Oh, Cleveland's gonna be low, but only because how everything was bad. Like the only reason they'll be a little bit higher than some teams is just because of Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
Like that'll be
But I
about it.
mean, ugh. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll see
Baltimore
you
is gonna be
all.
lower than normally they would be. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's
we'll
gonna be
see
it's,
all
it's
of
gonna be
you.
that's gonna be a tough one actually.
Yeah, there's because there's a bunch of teams that are like gonna be stacked into the middle. I think.
Yeah, anywhere between the 15 to 25 range is gonna be real hard.
Yeah, because you could literally, in my opinion, you're going to be able to sort
A lot
them
of those
however
could
you
be
want.
interchangeable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It'll
just
just be
going to
on
be how you're
feelings of
feeling
like
today.
personal feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it might be even just like you said, just of the day. Like it's like, oh, tomorrow if you ask me, maybe I'd move these teams around. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. All right, we'll see everybody back here next week. I will say the week after that, we are going to do a redraft of the first round of the 2015 NFL draft. Because Chris won this year and got more picks correct than I did, he is getting the first overall pick and we'll be doing the odd numbers. I have the second overall pick and we'll be doing the even numbers. The rule is we cannot make trades. We have to take everything exactly as it happened in draft. So if there was a trade in the draft, it's already set. We have to maintain
Yep.
what's already happened. We just
Yeah,
get to
I
repick things.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even looked at the draft yet for that. I have no idea what to expect when I look at it. I literally have no idea what to expect.
I think you're
Like if
going
you
to
ask me
be.
right now who would I pick at number one, I don't even know. I don't know.
I'm trying
I
to
have to look at
remember.
who's in that draft. Whoops, I knocked my microphone. Hopefully that didn't pick up too much.
It did not.
Hold on. I actually want to. I'm curious as to who were the top drafts.
Well, one of your favorite quarterbacks was.
Is he actually one of my favorites, or are you just saying that facetiously?
I'm
Oh,
saying that.
it's Jameis Winston.
Yes, this is the Jameis Winston draft.
Jameis Winston's Marcus Mariota. The thing is, as much as I like Jameis Winston, I ain't picking him first overall. You're insane.
The problem
He's
is
good. I don't.
they need a quarterback, and there is nobody else.
I'd have to look at what else there. I mean, Marcus Mariota. Fuck no. Who else was a quarterback in this draft? Was there any other quarterbacks?
Not worth talking
Uh,
about.
He's not worth talking about. He's not worth talking about. He's not worth talking about. Oh shit. I mean, no, not really. But he's not horrible. But I still wouldn't take him over Jameis Winston.
I think I know the guy
Fuck,
you
I'd have
just
to.
saw.
Which one?
Fucking what's his name? God damn it, my brain just blanked. I know there's a guy that's been a backup, but that's been is it not Hundley?
It's Hundley.
Brett Hundley? No, it was somebody.
Brett Hundley. Yeah. No, it was him. I literally
Yeah,
just
there was
went past his
another
name.
guy
Yes.
though that played in Dallas as a backup, and then they Huntley.
Mannion. Yeah,
Not
Sean
Mannion.
Mannion.
Huntley,
Okay.
not Hundley.
I was looking at Hundley because Hundley is on here.
Yes, but there was another guy. I can't remember his name now.
I don't know who you're talking about because I don't see him, so I don't know.
I'll remember eventually.
What? Hold on. Really? Interesting. I didn't know Darren Waller was drafted here. Okay. Dude
Yeah.
was drafted as a wide receiver in the 6th fucking round.
Danielle Hunter, Zadarius Smith, Grady Jarrett.
I already saw Stephon Diggs in here, by the way.
Yep.
So
Diggs.
I will have to look at. Oh, I could give him Trevor Simeon.
What the fuck, man?
He was drafted in the 7th round. Listen, I would have to look. Hold on. What do they need really badly? I know they needed a quarterback. They had tackle, a center. They did pick up some wide receivers. I could give them Stephon Diggs
You could, but look at who they had for
or
quarterback.
Darren Waller.
If they don't grab a quarterback, look at who they had.
Who did they have as their backup quarterback here? Dude, did they not even have a quarterback on there? Hold on.
Mike Glennon and Ryan Griffin.
I'm looking for him. I don't even see him on the roster.
They're there.
What? That's wild to even imagine that they're not even like showing up as roster. That's ridiculous. Like I'm looking at Pro Football. They're pretty good about that stuff. I'm shocked to see that they're not even showing up as roster players. What?
Yeah. It's because Mike Glennon played exactly 0 games in 2015.
Yeah. I mean, they're not showing up on the main roster. That's ridiculous.
He's there. It's just Pro Football only does stuff if they have stats.
Well, I'm specifically looking at the roster part of it, and it's typically pretty good at showing that stuff, but not all the time.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Normally they'll normally show at least one backup player for each role on there.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna do. Sounds like my brother's got a lot of research to do.
I mean, listen. They can get somebody in free agency. Fuck it. Listen, I like Jameis Winston, but I just don't think it's the. We learned it isn't the best pick. I have to pick somebody else. We know it doesn't work, so there's no reason to repeat what we know that doesn't work.
I almost always said the way that system was set up, they should have flopped Mariota with Winston.
I don't think that would have been better either, to be honest with you.
Well, because I forget who was in Tampa at the time, but they needed a more mobile quarterback because they didn't really have an offensive line. And I always felt that Winston would have done better going to a stricter team, which I believe in 2015 the Titans had.
I mean, Tampa drafted more people for their offensive line. I mean, obviously it didn't work.
No, it was Ken Wiesenhunt in Tennessee at the time. But he would get fired.
They had Lovie Smith as their fucking coach. Jesus. I don't know, man. I just don't know if I can, in good conscience, give them the same player knowing what the outcome would be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just have a hard time doing that. So I'm going to pick somebody else. I don't know who yet, but I'm definitely picking somebody else in hopes that maybe they can get somebody in the free agency, or they can pick up one of those other late quarterbacks as like just a shoot, maybe just try it, see what happens kind of deal. I don't know. But because I just don't think, as much as I like Jameis Winston, I just don't. We know it doesn't work, and so repeating what we know doesn't work. My job is to try to make it better. It obviously didn't work, so that we got to pick something else.
Well,
and they didn't have another pick in the first round. Hold on, I don't think they
don't.
Yeah, no. So they didn't. Their next pick wasn't until the second round. So I mean, I can't rely on potentially picking up another player in the first round. So I just got to go with it. Gut check it, and go, all right, well, this is the next best available player in my opinion. That's what I'll have to do.
I get it.
Fuck.
I get it.
That's gonna be oh god, yeah, that's gonna take me the full week of just at least it's gonna take me like 2 or 3 days to just research all the team's needs that I have for that option. Yep. And then looking at what players are available. Fuck me.
Well, we'll see all of you here next week when we do our power rankings of 1 to 32.
That'll be easier.
That'll be way easier. I'm giving Chris 2 weeks ahead of time to prepare for his for the draft.
Oh man.
Then we'll probably take a week off. And I think the week after that, we might do some recording because that'll hit free agency.
Right.
So we'll probably
Yeah,
have
it's gonna be
plenty to
fun.
report on at that point, and then we'll start a run up to looking at some college players and doing our mock draft, and then obviously covering round 1 of the draft.
Right.
And then we'll take some time off until football season starts again. We'll probably record monthly or every other week or something. Anyway, we'll see all of you here next week. If you like what we do, please give us a like, give us a subscribe, hit the button that says subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you know when I upload this. Give us a thumbs up. It helps us. Help us grow. Help us be better. Outside of that, we believe in you. If you can put your mind into it, we know you can accomplish it. Until next time.